Here are some of the products I'll be using to complete the hairstyle. Feel free to screenshot. This is the trolley I usually carry around. With all the styling tools and products, I will be using the 3/4 putting on my styling belt from Amazon. I'm starting by making my hair divisions, starting with the front right in the center. Now the sides, sectioning the hair by putting it to the front. Where the ear starts, we don't need a lot of hair in the front. Now twisting the hair and adding the gaiter clips to keep it out of the way. Repeating the same steps on the other side. Making sure my lines of division are straight and clean.
Now I'll be sectioning the hair in about 1-inch sections, working my way up. I have to make sure that the lines are nice and clean here. Now I'm twisting the extra hair and getting it out of the way. Now I'm using this Redken 22 thermal spray on both sides, on the top and on the bottom, and brushing out. I'm going to make about 3 curls on the bottom. Next, if you're working on a client, make sure to work your way from down up so that you don't pull on the client's hair, and you're working your way up to untangle the hair very gently. Now I'm grabbing my 3/4 inch curling iron, and when I'm doing this type of curl, I'm twisting. I don't know if you guys can tell, but it's straight at the bottom, and then I twist and twist. If you don't do this twist, you're not going to get the perfect wave. Holding each curl for about 5 to 10 seconds. And then when you start to remove it, be very careful not to drop it, and use one of these hair clips to let the curl cool before you let it go. I like to just work on these curls all the way up, and then at the end I take out the clips and start placing them the way I'm going to want them. Here I'm doing another curl. Remember to always twist and never let go of the curl right away, because since the curl is still hot, once you remove the curling iron, and if you let it go right away, it's definitely going to stretch out, and the curls are not going to last on your client. So here I'm adding another clip, working on my 3rd section, making sure that there are no tangles before I start curling. Trust me, it will make our lives so much easier when we start placing these curls into place. So remember to always twist the hair to get a very sharp, clean curl. I'm grabbing another section about 1 inch in thickness, making sure that my line across is nice and straight. It will make a difference when we are making the curls. We're placing them into place. If your line is not 100% straight, it will make the curls look messy and not fall into place. So now I'm brushing out everything, adding some thermal spray to protect your client's hair, and then it also makes it a little stiff, so it gives it that extra hold. Here I'm using some Osis dust powder and my fork comb to do some light teasing on the root to start and work on that volume that we want. This is a very popular quinceañera hairstyle, and the more volume, the better. So with my right hand, I'm holding the hair very gently so that I can do the teasing a lot easier. The teasing is only like 1/2 inch, and it also gives me a great grip for my hair extensions. The clips were already open and just ready to be added. Here you can see a little better how I'm doing each twist. Holding on to that curl really well. Here I was struggling because now the hair is thicker with the hair extensions. So if you're struggling to get the gator clip on the curl, that means that you are grabbing too much hair. Or you can add one on each side to make sure it's not falling and not getting in your way. Just repeating the same process, lots of teasing to give it that extra volume, twisting for the curl, holding it 10 to 15 seconds depending on the client's hair. The thicker, the more straight it is, you will want to leave it as much as possible. Not as much as possible, I mean like maybe 10 to 15 seconds if their hair is really straight. Adding extra thermal spray to make it a little more manageable for texture. Now I'm going to divide my third section, and it will also be about 1 inch in thickness going up, and the line must be really straight. Out any tangles, adding some volume powder for my teasing, and that's where my second set of hair extensions will be going. When you do this light teasing, these extensions are not going anywhere, and I'm starting to make my divisions. This hairstyle requires a lot of repetition, lots of twisting and pinning the curls with the gator clips so that they don't fall out of place while it's still cooling. working on my side divisions. I'm going to be taking out about 2 to 3 inches on each side of the hair, going straight back. Now I'll be sectioning the lateral sides of the hair. So I'm going to make 2 straight lines going back, just keeping the center of the hair in my hand. I think on each of the sides it's about 2-inch thickness, making my lines nice and straight. Now I'm working on the crown of the head. Sectioning, you will make a division that looks kind of like a horseshoe. So it's like round at the bottom. And it is about 2 inches thickness of hair. I'm using the clips to clip that hair out of the way. Now I'm going to make my first pony using these elastics that I buy from Amazon. And the pony I'm doing is right beneath where my teasing will go for the crown of the head. And it's also like a horseshoe shape going down. These divisions don't have to be perfectly even. We will be making 6 ponies in total. Doing another one right besides it, and these divisions don't have to be perfectly done. Using another hair elastic to make a nice and secure pony. Now I'm using a really big hair filler. This one I got from Sally's Beauty. It's one of the biggest ones that they have. And I'm going to be using the bobby pins that are 2 inches. I buy these jumbo bobby clips or bobby pins from Amazon, and here I'm going to secure my hair filler. This is like the base of our hairstyle, so I would recommend adding about 8 of these really big bobby pins, going in very parallel to the client's scalp, being very careful not to poke her. We will also be adding hair extensions to this area, so it is super important that it's nice and sturdy and it's not going anywhere. I'm so sorry that I didn't realize my phone was off, so I didn't realize that it was not recording. I added 1 set of hair extensions and I curled the 3 bottom ponytails. Here I'm going to add another set of hair extensions to cover the hair filler. Since the hair is pretty blonde, we need to make sure we really watch for covering that area. If the client's hair was black, it would be a lot more forgiving, and it wouldn't show as much. Now I'm going to start unpinning the curls to start placing them into place and looking at how the hairstyle is coming along. There's really no rules to the hairstyles. It's truly also just like looking at it and seeing what looks good where. It's like an art. You need to make sure that there's no gaps, there's no like sparse areas, and with lots of patience start untwisting all of the curls and separating them for more volume. With lots of patience, going curl by curl, untwisting and spreading. Now I'm adding my final set of hair extensions at the very top, clipping them in very securely, and I will also be using the smaller bobby pins to for extra security, 1 on each side. So as you guys can tell, I added 1 set of hair extensions in the donut in the hair filler to start and cover that donut. When you're working on clients with black hair, it's a lot more forgiving because you can't really see it, but of course with this blonde hair it's a lot more noticeable. So I'm working on covering all of that. We don't want that to show in the hairstyle. For added security, I'm adding some bobby pins on the hair extensions just so that these hair extensions are nice and sturdy. We don't want these extensions to go flying in the middle of the dance. And like I said, I'm going to start to work on these curls a little thinner. Adding some more heat protectant spray and twisting as I'm curling. Same curls over and over, lots of twisting the curls and pinning them into place. Then once the curl has cooled off, untwisting it, separating curl by curl, helping it fall into place where there's really no rule to hairstyles. It's basically like noticing where the hair is looking nice and you're covering any dent. You're not seeing like bobby pins, you're not seeing the pony elastics. You're just trying to, like, with your eyes, just make it fall into place and it's looking nice. Top section, I'm really trying to spread the hair to get as much coverage. I'm using a big open bobby pin to set it into place for now, and once I add my final setting spray, at the end I'll probably be removing that big bobby pin. I was about to send this video out to you ladies, and I realized I didn't have this very important step. So this is just the last hair filler I'm going to use. It was a donut that I got from Dollar Tree. There's also these that are perfect for blonde hair. I'm going to be using this color just because it's a lot more forgiving. So as you guys saw, I stretched it open and I'm making it kind of round. And it goes on top of this, of our first hair filler. After you've done the teasing and you use the jumbo bobby pins to secure it into place and make it as close as possible to the crown, just so that the hair falls perfectly into place. If I was working on a client with black hair, I would have used a black hair filler. To do the top of the crown of the head, it's very important. So I'm going to be doing like horseshoe shapes so that when I'm doing my volume up top, I get like a very rounded volume bump. So I like to work my bumps from the front going back and following that horseshoe pattern. I don't know, it just makes it a lot easier for me when I bring all the hair back. Like I feel like the hair just falls perfectly into place. Using some dusting volume powder and teasing, I'm not pushing too much like the comb forward because I want the front of the hair to be a little smooth still. And these dolls already have very smooth hair, but if let's say your client has curly hair or very frizzy hair, you would first straighten the very front. So when you bring all your hair back, it's gonna be nice and easy to style. Dusting powder, following that horseshoe pattern, semicircle, and using my fork comb to do some light teasing. Here I'm working on the last section, so just the same steps. And then I'm so sorry that the hair filling recorded different. I'm adding some bobby pins here to give it some more volume. Again, our goal here is to get as much volume as possible. I'm using the longer bobby pins so that the hair stays up right where I want it. Now I bring all the hair back, and I'm gonna start smoothing out using the part of the like fork of the comb, the pointy ends, to very lightly smooth out the top. And I'm not pressing hard at all, because if you press hard, like little hairs are gonna start coming out of the nowhere. I'm taking out all the big bobby pins, like the open ones that I used. And I'm going to make like a pizza pattern division here. Not straight, because then it will make the hair look square. So this part you really have to take care, because it's the part that the client will see. And if it's not nice and rounded and smooth, the client might not accept the hairstyle. So taking your time on this last section is very important. The same repetition of the curl, twisting for the curl, holding it a couple seconds. Here I didn't really bother on pinning the curls, because I'm almost done with the hairstyle. And but if this was a real client, then you would definitely want to pin the curls with the clips. For the front of the hair, I am when I'm placing the crown on the client, I stand right in front of them using the longer bobby pins and making sure that the crown is right in the center of the head. longer bobby pins and pinning them upwards. And then I'm going to use another bobby pin to make like a cross and give it that extra security. I really don't like to see my quinceañeras holding their crowns with the fear that it's going to fall. So making sure that you're really securing that crown. Now I'm just brushing out any tangles in the front of the hair. I'm gonna make like a diagonal line at the top, maybe like 3 inches, to smooth out any hair there and make like a swoop. Just using my hands to place the hair how I like it, using the larger bobby pins and pinning that hair back. I'm just playing around with the hair. I feel like if I add like bobby pins here, it's looking nice. So I'm just adding some bobby pins to give it that like cascade look and extra volume. I don't know if that makes sense. So now I'm going to make some pretty tight curls in this area on the sides, because like I said, this is the front of the hairstyle. So really taking your time when you're almost done, because this is the part that the client will see in the mirror. And if you don't take your time and you do the curls thicker, all the work you've done is basically for nothing, because this is what is going to be most noticeable in the pictures. And for your client, you want her to see her hairstyle and be completely in love with it. To be adding my last section of hair extensions in the front. So I did some light teasing and adding my hair extensions, heat protectant, curling away from the face when you get to the front. Really taking my time here. As you notice that the curls are a lot thinner, maybe like less than half an inch, just so that they're nice and small, and they will be last all night. Spreading them, putting them into place. repeating the same steps on the other side. The left side is always a lot harder for me. I'm right-handed, so the left side, I don't know, it's just harder for me to get the hair right where I want it. Adding some more volume powder, teasing, adding the hair extensions, and then adding some heat protectant. And for this side, for the left side, I'm holding the curling iron with my left hand and using my right hand to twist, just so that the hair is being curled away from the face. So since I'm so used to holding the curling iron on my right hand and twisting with my left, once I get to this part, it's always a struggle.